Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through? For you, 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 won't you let the light shine through?
Good evening, VDC and beyond. Welcome to another Combine Showcase tonight. We are rocking with the Prospect tier, here to bring you some of the best action on Pearl tonight. As we are waiting to get everybody in the lobby, get this all set up. But I personally cannot wait to see how the wide array of GEs that we have tonight can set themselves up for success and impress some of our GMs. I am here with my good friend Snail. How we doing, Snail?
Hello, I am doing fantastic on this Monday afternoon / evening. How are you doing, Parsival?
There's no other place I would rather be. Now, as somebody who was just a DE ourselves, myself and you, what do you remember? Like, what was the one big thing that stood out? I don't know if you ever played in a Combine Showcase, but when you were in Combines, when you had that scout, what was one really big thing that you were looking to kind of do in those matches?
Honestly, when I was a fresh little DE, newly plucked from the YouTube shorts, I honestly was kind of just so nervous that I didn't know what I was doing half the time. So I think the biggest goal I had in Combines as a DE was don't mess up. Like, I put so much unnecessary pressure on myself to be like, you have to be perfect, you have to know exactly where you're going at all times, and you have to play your perfectly. But honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, if I had one thing to say to all these players tonight, it would just be play your own game, have fun with it. At the end of the day, it's a video game, just chillax, and you'll go where the wind takes you, and you'll end up where you're supposed to be. So it'll be all right.
How poetic and absolutely gorgeous. And we're talking about a video game that makes me want to punch a monitor. Anyway.
My bad. I'll ramp it up. I'll get with the energy.
I love the energy. I love the beautiful, beautiful game that is Valorant. Anyway, so it looks like we are almost getting into the game here. It looks like, but like I said, we are going to be getting into Pearl. On one end, we do have... Oh, and it looks like we're actually getting into Pearl right now. So as we moved into that agent select, I am really looking to see maybe we get a little Harbor, a little double smokes with the Astra.
We do have a veto hover already. The new agent that just came out.
And that is one thing that VDC does have in common with all of my ranked lobbies.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
So one thing we are seeing...
Go ahead, sorry.
One thing we are seeing is a little a Viper Phoenix, and I gotta say, as much as it is a very interesting combination, I don't hate it. We are seeing Atris on the other side trying to, looks like, juggle between Sentinels, Tuna with that Waylay. Kind of moving over to that defender side. I'm really curious to see what Elijah is gonna play. I saw the chamber hover for half a second. Anybody who knows anything about Pearl or has been around know how powerful chamber is on this map, but being able to hold down those angles on B-long, play around the world in that mid connector, and teleport all the way clear to the other side. It looks like we're not gonna get it from either team, and I think that's really surprising.
Yeah, that is surprising, considering now that his trip is global, you can just chuck that thing in mid and basically hold B long by yourself.
So as we look at what we do have, like, we are going to see the double controller out of the defender side, though it's neither of the two controllers that I was expecting, really looking towards like an Astra Harbor. So it's going to be really, really, really fascinating to kind of see how this Viper and Omen plays. And I think that's kind of going to be the highlight of really that defense side, and seeing how they can juggle that controller util to really lock down those sites, cut off those angles. On the other side, we're going to see a lot of firepower with that Waylay and pardon me, Neon. So for going that Yoru in favor of the Neon, I don't hate it. A little variation of the DRX duelist composition. Now the entire supporting pieces are completely different. But looking at the Clove, the short smokes, the Veto with not a lot of real anchor power outside of taking those gunfights, what do you think of these compositions?
I think definitely both of them are a little bit out there, but I don't dislike either one of them. I think I'm excited to see, you know, how they get to playing around, like you said, the Neon instead of the Yoru, and those the short smokes on the Clove. I'm super excited to see how this turns out.
Absolutely. So it looks like we're posturing for a little bit of mid control out of the attackers, and right away they're getting ready to walk right into that Viper util. So we are going to see the wall go up, the flash come through. Barrow has the knife out. You hate to see it, and that is so much util down the drain.
They have officially seized mid control fully. We do have Meowl
Look at the pin.
left alone trying, but Taco Tuesday from the back,
Spike down.
lurking
B.
through mid, gets one. Squatch with the trade. Meowl getting
enemy remaining.
two in the back sight. Squatch still trying to make it work, but unfortunately not able to get it to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that I was really curious to see is they took that mid space and didn't really do much with it. You took that B Street control, but we didn't see anybody try to go into sewers. We didn't really see a lot of execute util out of B. I really would have liked to wait for that Gecko Flash to come up and see if we could get ourselves out of B Street or even wrap somebody back around. So I'm wondering if we're going to see, and it looks like we are going to see a little bit more of a dimension to this attacking side now that we are on a save. So let's go ahead and see if Taco Tuesday here, how many they can get. Jiggling one. This
towards him, that Flash is going to come out, not going to attack anyone as they're going back towards B Street. Sparrow now throwing that Viper's snake bite, gets one with the stinger, but Ostrix with the trade. Now we have Meow once again. Taco Tuesday managing to find Squatch in mid as they try to wrap back around. Now they're getting pinched a little bit here. Farrah finds one, but Elijah with two. Ostrix does get the trade. Now with the Judge in hand, 22 HP. Trying to get any sort of value they can whatsoever out of this save round, but Meow right there secures the kill.
Absolutely. And yet again, I did like a little bit more of the refight towards mid, but again, it was a lot of B Street control and not a lot of follow-up after that. They were much lower on guns, and you can't really fault them for that. But I would really love to see, now that they're on that buy, can they do anything with that B Street control? And the answer is going to be absolutely not, because they're going to A.
If it's not working, you got to change it up, and it looks like they're going to take this first rifle round towards the A site, maybe looking for a fast push here as Neon is absolutely running in. Gonna grab this orb, get closer to that overdrive. Gecko is playing in secret, throws out that mosh pit, but Neon directly past it. Now is in the back, can't find too much value with that lone sheriff. Squatch with the kill. Elijah holding the Bucky, but is absolutely lost between two of them. And Ferret unfortunately loses the trade. Taco Tuesday and Sparrow each come out with one with the Spectres, but Tuna through the smoke finds Sparrow. Taco Tuesday, 8 HP, does have the regen shields though. Holding out this flash. Gets him to back off the angle a little bit. Now we're just trying to stave off. See if we can get this defuse down. Tap comes in, but Tuna picks up two of them, and the attackers have their first round on the board.
Absolutely. And now I think we really are seeing what that attacking team wants to do with this comp. They want to punch you in the mouth, get a kill, get plant down, play post plant. Between the Gecko util and the Veto to hold off any sort of retake that might happen, I really like that. Even if you didn't take map control, you at least had a plan, you had an identity, and you let your team do what they're meant to do. So going into this fourth round here, looks like we're posturing for a lot of B main control. The Omen throwing that same standard smoke they've been throwing is going to actually allow the attacking team to cross here. Sell out with that sheriff. Going to drop into the smoke. No one close enough to hear that drop. Elijah is, I believe, caught Squatch. And you're going to see the smoke go up here. Takes the fight and doesn't quite get it. Now let's go ahead and see what happens on this execute.
I think it is definitely a little bit interesting to note here that these attackers, 3 of them have a sheriff, while the other 2 still holding rifles from that last round. So they're definitely a little bit weaker on the firepower side right now. It looks like we are going to stall just a bit, leaving 2 of our players to hold this B main space, while the rest of them apparently knife out run towards the A site, hoping to bait off some of these rotates. which they did do successfully. There's 3 people now holding that B site. But Ferret, or excuse me, is still here watching this A site, and they are going to confirm that that's where they're hitting. Spike is going to be planted. Now we're going to take some of the CT space.
Absolutely.
Watch holding his contact. A little bit whippy, but doesn't manage to secure the kill on Elijah. Meow right there for the trade, however. Taco Tuesday popping that Phoenix ult. Not getting too much value with it. Does confirm the location of Tuna. And they're gonna throw 3 mollies at him. 2 mollies, 3 mollies. Cure him out of that corner. Ferret, unfortunately, crouching on the spike, not managing to find too much. And Sparrow steals the ace from Meow.
An ace steal. And Vito insta-locks. This is looking more and more like a rank game. The more that it goes on. all jokes, of course. But again, I really like, they had a great idea with that rotate. You could see that with the 2 people holding main, even though they only had sheriffs, that smoke did go up. And while it did stop anyone from taking site, that wasn't their plan. That's not what they wanted. They didn't need to. That smoke actually helped that attacking team show and fake and hold space while their team went all the way around. But is the tower and the stronghold that they took down and stalled just long enough to get the others over here. As we get back into this round, a lot of mid space being taken again, but is venturing out, just kills the A main player.
Taco Tuesday throwing that flash, good for 1, but Ferret is there for the trade. Now it's an even 3v3. Both sides do have a Gecko ult, and that Vito ult is going to be popped as well for the defenders. Now it looks like we're going to stall outside mid here, seeing if anyone is going to get a little antsy. Maybe take more space than they can handle. Squatch is going to be slowly working towards this A space. Going to have contact with Sparrow right here. Does manage to come out on top. Popping that pick-me-up. Now is left alone holding the site once again. Great shot onto Sellout, sliding
enemy remaining.
and kills Ferret as well. Oh my god, is with the 4K to hold down the A site.
Absolutely a disgusting couple of flicks there to finish that round. Is again the stone wall. Just so good at holding that A site. They're not clearing backside. They don't push him out, and he makes them pay for it very, very hard. So I really, really love the use of the Gecko utility there. And as we're kind of hopping into the 6th round, we are going to look to see another B hit. And again, we're kind of going to see that Waylay again, really trying to take that mid presence, that dash through, and unfortunately just doesn't work out. And that's going to be a lot of entry power off the board. Now that does pull the Vito a little bit aside, so they're going to have it for free. Sellout +1 clearing those back hauls. Meow is the only one here to really do anything, but Ferret gets a great kill onto Sparrow. We are going to see a bit of a flank coming in from Iz, and they're going to have to speed that up, which it looks like they are. So as we get into this post plant, let's see what Meow and team can do here.
I think coming into this round, the attackers were saving. They had, you know, classics, a ghost, a sheriff, and seeing how far they've taken it already is very impressive. Is finding kill onto Ostrix, but Squatch right there with the trade. Numbers are still even. And they do have quite a bit of time left to stall out. Sellout decides to pop the ult, but sits in the smoke. Taco Tuesday walks right into it, and Elijah falling as well to the Neon Overdrive. Ferret finding the last kill, and what a thrifty for the attackers.
Absolutely. It is not often that you see 2 come through on a classic with no armor, but Ferret picks up 2 with just that pistol in hand, and you cannot overstate the importance of that. Being able to kill 2 rifle players and deliver those guns to your team with nothing but the standard classic is absolutely incredible. And now, after that 4-1 start, you really thought this game could start snowballing, but this attacking side has really brought it forward, even with Tuna going down early. Now, we do see a gamble stack A into the full attack A, so let's see what happens.
That Gecko ult is going to be popped, Viper ult pop as well, but the attackers are just spraying all of these defenders down. And now we do have Meow and Taco Tuesday left, both on opposite ends of the map, trying to bring this round back together from the pieces that were left. Unfortunately, Meow not able to find much work. Taco Tuesday now with only a frenzy. He's right into Ferret, secures the kill. 20 HP now though. Just starting to heal up a little bit with that wall. Picks up the rifle. Trying to find any value he can. Does have one flash available. Looking like he wants to use it to clear this angle. Doesn't hit anyone though. Smoke now coming out and Ostrix through the smoke straight into Taco Tuesday's head.
And at this point, maybe we should just put only pistols in Ferret's hands, because when I see Ferret with a pistol, I am terrified. With a rifle, I don't know, but an incredible fight, an incredible try, and another great attack. That death ball really working out in their favor, even though we saw the pit, we saw that aggression, and it just didn't matter. So a really, really, really incredible play that just came out of the attacking side.
Yeah,
looks like they're going to try it one more time, and again into a little bit of a stack. Let's see what happens.
They do still have 3 ults online. They might be able to try and use for this hit. Is now backing up, throwing that Gecko Mosh to stall for time, hoping his teammates will rotate. Now we're gonna play it a little bit slower here, trying to wait for these smokes to fall, as the entirety of the defenders have already rotated over. Taco Tuesday trying to play a little bit of containment here, waiting for them to leave, seeing if he can get maybe a few picks on that, but all of these attackers are just stalled outside A main. Waylay is gonna come in and is with the flash. Sellout and Squatch find each of their own. Is now trying to play for that backside space, but not able to find anything. And now Taco Tuesday once again all alone in the same position as last time.
Spike planted.
Sellout is aware of this possibility. I believe they hit the veto trip on the way to this main space. Do have a few more people coming up to watch it. Looks like Taco's just trying to play for exit frags here. Does get spotted out. Yeah, looks like it's gonna be a save.
Isn't done with you.
Apparently none of Iz can say anything about it, and it looks like he can't, but if you're Taco, you gotta be a little scared right now. Gets a flash on 2, isn't gonna quite be able to convert to a kill. But another lurk out of Taco that we just see that comes in a little bit too late. And Snail, I would really love to see Taco be a little bit braver about just shooting this veto trip and putting pressure and making them fight 2 different angles and making them fight a war on 2 fronts.
Yeah,
because every single...
I think it would be a lot more valuable than just like sitting outside of that main and waiting for the hit to come in, because at the end of the day, you know, they popped 2 of those ults and just slaughtered all the players on site. Now he's left flank with nothing to do about it.
Absolutely. We're going to see a little bit more of a default coming in from the attackers. We're going to see that Vito over towards B long, the Waylay and the Clove playing mid, and then Neon and our Gecko playing towards A main. And look at this defense play, just very backed up, very reserved, holding angles, saying, we are going to hold this space, and if you want to come and get it, you're going to have to walk through us.
Yeah.
So on that Neon getting ready to go in, Molly off though.
Does manage to barely get out before it explodes. Squatch taking the first blood onto Sparrow, and now mid has been busted open. Looks like you're gonna try and take it straight into the waiting arms of Taco Tuesday with the Bucky. Not quite aware of it though, as he peeks out into 2 and Squatch secures the kill. Now Tuna dashing towards this B site. Plant is gonna come in. 2 of these attackers, or excuse me, 2 of these defenders left, reeling from the massacre that just happened.
Absolutely. And a Bucky's really, really not going to be the gun you wanna have if you're swinging that far of an angle. So I think we've all been in that situation though, when you have a shotgun and I don't want a shotgun fight.
Absolutely. Unfortunate circumstances.
And yet again, we're really seeing this attacker side. They went down, I believe, 1-4 or 4-0, and after that, they're just putting the hurt on, understanding that their comp is fast, their comp is in your face, and if you want to stop them, you're gonna have to kill them. And they're just taking that 5v2 or 3 on site and stretching their numbers out. And okay, Iz does get out the one saving grace.
They do manage to keep a 1 rifle on this round.
Yeah.
It looks like they might be going for a force here, but the econ of the attackers has just slowly been building up over these 4 rounds, and it's going to take a monumental amount of effort to get them off of this streak.
It really will. And one thing I would really like to see out of this defense side is maybe playing a little bit aggressive. You have a Phoenix. Those flashes are great to go around that A main curve. And I would really like to see a little bit more. And it's just going to go ahead and back off. We are going to hear that waylay dash be expended, though. So one less thing to get onto site. But with Sellout on your team, site's never quite that far away.
It's going to take a little bit of a stall here as a few of those mollies come out to try and stall these attackers. We do have Meow coming around towards the flank. A few of them looks like we're going to be leaving the A site right into Meow. Unfortunately, only a Spectre. Not able to get too much value with that. But it is going to be confirmed they're leaving the A site, so we have a few more players working back out towards this mid space. Sparrow with the Judge holding this close corner. We'll see if they decide to go into it.
Absolutely. Looks like they're going to forego that. Try to scale up Art a little bit. No flash to actually take this corner. So Taco Tuesday can get a big 2 here. And he does. Finally, a sign of life from our defenders with Elijah with a great Sheriff 1 tap. Sparrow's going to go down through the door, however. So not quite out of it yet. We're going to see Taco Tuesday with a flash through. Doesn't connect onto anybody. The ult is gone. We're going to into Art. Now slowing it down. Bringing the pace back in.
We'll see how these 2 remaining attackers play it. They did do a good job recovering that spike. Now it looks like we're going to be backing out of mid towards A site.
Go, go, go.
13 seconds just left on the clock. We do have a Neon, though.
10 seconds
if
left.
they can get on site, I do believe they have time enough for the plant. It is going to go down just in time, unless Elijah has something to say about it. The plant does go down. Squash with the kill as well. 2v2. And this round has just become a lot more winnable. Smoke fading now. Taco Tuesday and Meow trying to work together. These 2 attackers have crazy cross. It doesn't even matter because Squash just cleans up.
Snail, we're seeing this attacking side win rounds that they have absolutely no business being in, let alone winning. Sellout gets the spike down with 0.1 seconds on the clock. In a bad position with somebody in his face, and we are seeing them convert that into a round win.
Somehow. I mean, it's never over till it's over, I guess.
Absolutely. And that is kind of what you have to be thinking about right now. If you are this defense team, yes, you were up 4-0. Yes, you are now down 6-4, but it is never over till it's over. We're going to see a full 5-man stack onto that B long. Sparrow is on an island here. There is no one to help if he needs it. A lot of mid clearance.
Unfortunately, it looks like they're going to be running straight into Sparrow with only a Stinger. Ostrus already in the backline, but Sparrow aware of it. Unfortunately, Ostrus does come out with the kill, but Elijah there with a trade. Taco Tuesday now on this flank, gets one with the Bucky. Electing to back out as the attackers are now aware of this possibility. Looks like all 3 of them are going to try and take this fight onto the flank. Taco Tuesday ready with the Bucky, Squatch peeking, and they are gonna pop that Clove ult. Unfortunately, Ferret with the kill, so now Squatch is gonna have to try and run to find one of these defenders if they do want to come out of this alive. Unfortunately, it does not look like they're gonna be able to secure anything. They are gonna go down. Meow with the Stinger takes out Ferret. Like I said before, it's not over till it's over. Maybe Tuna can pull this back, but...
And if there's one team that I would see it happen to, it would be him. He does get the kill onto Iz. Saturate going through onto the spike. Blind doesn't connect. Elijah is holding a great angle for this, though. As soon as that smoke drops, this is going to be a very quick gunfight. The dash through. One, sees the second. 12 seconds into the smoke. And Elijah Wu with the classic right click. These rounds are coming down to the millisecond, the single bullets, the half inches. And if you were looking for better prospect gameplay, I don't really know where you could go. This is about the most entertaining combine I've ever been a part of, and I played 50 of them in my rookie season.
Absolutely. I mean, dashing over that smoke to clear Elijah and getting that kill was absolutely incredible work. And going into that with the shorty as well, almost securing the last to secure the round. I mean, you've got to be holding your breath if you're in that position.
Elijah gonna throw that main smoke, but the attackers just don't care. They're just gonna disrespect it, not even thinking that somebody could be on the other side of it. Now we're gonna see both defenders go for mid control. Tuna's down. That was the operator as well. So that's a huge tool out of the hands of the attackers. Blind's gonna come out. Elijah does clean up onto one. And we're gonna reset here. This is gonna be veto on veto violence. You hate to see it. Who's gonna come out on top here?
Lucky is gonna throw that TP into the backside just like last time. Meow is aware of it though, secures the kill easily. Now we're going to be preparing for a site hit here though. The other two attackers are a little ways away yet. Trying to work through the mid. Maybe thin some of these numbers down so they can get on the site easier. Izzy with a great hold once again. Stone cold with it.
Cool. Very cool.
Oh, of course, Izzy
Switching
again.
sides.
Just when you need safe hands, when you need a round one, who do you call? Some people would say Ghostbusters. I say Izzy. Now, one thing I'm just really loving is if you look, every time Izzy takes a gunfight, they're never crouch spraying. They're always looking to tap move. But not only that, they're really isolating their fights really, really well. They know and are understanding the way that this attacking team wants to play. They want to play fast and they want to try to trade people immediately. So he's holding angles and just picking people off one by one. We've seen it round in and round out. Now, we are going to see a little bit of a switch up. The Vito's actually going to go mid while the Gecko goes to B. Now, this is a much different way than the former defenders played this, and I'm really interested to see how this works with Atras going up and chucking that hole. This fight, a main one's going to go down, and Tuna's just going to say, I do not care to keep fighting this. Now, as this A execute is getting ready to come through, let's see how they can hold on.
Tuna in this backside does pop the recall ability. Phoenix Wall gonna come out and try and take some space as Taco Tuesday does get the kill onto Tuna. Squatch finding a kill onto Izzy as well. Now these attackers are gonna back out into main. Do have Taco Tuesday though still coming from Flowers. Squatch finding a kill onto Sparrow. Meow and Elijah both take down one as Ferret is left alone in a 1v2. Meow is very low, does have Wingman for the spike, so this is definitely a doable round. And they're just waiting for that swing.
One enemy
Gets the kill
remaining.
onto Meow. Wingman is down. Now he's gonna have to defuse by half. Elijah running into the smoke. Not in time. Just barely do the defenders secure the round.
And let me tell you, Wingman may have gotten nerfed, but you wouldn't have been able to tell it from that round. That Wingman took so many ghost shots. And if you're Elijah, you have to be a little bit frustrated by how that went. You put so many bullets into that smoke, and they still came out. And unfortunately, I mean, again, how many times have we called this a game of milliseconds, a game of inches? And you've got to be frustrated if you're that attacking team. Now we are going to see these defenders set up for a lot of B Street presence, and they might get rewarded here. Sell out. A little bit of a chaotic fight. Smoke's going to go down and Izzy's going to back off. That is their spike player, and that's not where you want to lose that. Ferret grabs one onto Elijah, and Ferret just drops back down. So holding on to this site, and let's see how they reposture here.
You have a few more people running towards mid. Taco Tuesday with that frenzy. Maybe gonna throw a flash, try to work up some of this space, but we do have Squatch there with the Bulldog. Finds the kill onto Izzy. Swinging aggressively again. Finding another one before Sparrow gets the trade, but Sellout right there behind them as well. Picking up that Bulldog now. Meowl in a 1v4. Out of the spike. Did upgrade a gun, but unfortunately, two people not enough.
Vibe check. We feeling
Absolutely.
good? Hope so,
And
hope so.
you've got to be honest. If Izzy has been this absolute saving grace for this attacking team, you have to look at Squatch on the other side. 18 and 9, 2 assists, sitting at the top of the leaderboard, has as many kills as the next two people on his team combined. And if that isn't keeping them in this game, I'm really not sure what is.
Yeah, I mean, definitely some Thanos level activities to get through. I mean, if these attackers can kill Squatch, I think the round is about 50% more winnable on average. And it does look like Sellout gonna take some aggressive fights out A here. Two of the players are there, but unfortunately not able to find too much value. gonna fall back
Careful now.
and play a little safer now as Taco Tuesday working this mid space. Ostrix in the corner though. He clears it, but not fast enough. Ostrix and Ferret each finding one. And now we are gonna back regroup in this B long space. Ferret with the outlaw. Unfortunately not able to find anything as Elijah knocks him down with a great head tap. Now Ostrix with that Vandal not finding too much value either. All of a sudden we are back in a 3v3. Excuse me, make that a 3v2 for these attackers. Plant is gonna go down, Sellout finding the head angle onto Is, maybe a second. Not quite, as the smoke is gonna come in. Fair now spotting one out. And they're gonna be playing in this Viper orb. Spike just outside of it. It's in a 2v2, but it is favoring the defenders currently as both of these attackers are quite low.
And you're going to see that dash available for Tuna, just like a TP available. Dash going in. Elijah's he looking for it? Not quite. Sparrow goes down. Tuna with 2, and that's another round on the board.
I mean, I'm on the edge of my seat and I'm not even playing this game.
Spike's dead. You're welcome.
This is absolutely, I mean, when it comes down to combines, sometimes you get a blowout. Sometimes they are the absolute best slugfest you could ever ask for. And now, I gotta be honest, we are lucky to be experiencing the latter tonight.
Absolutely. They're going pretty much punch for punch. We did have a 6-6 half. It does look like a little bit of a runaway for this first half as they did just secure that bonus round, the defenders. So the attackers are going to be on a bit of a light buy. Looks like they're going to go with the hero rifle on Elijah now, though. Leaning more towards this A site. Let's see how Sellout and Ferret decide to defend this.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to see Sellout does have the rifle, a little bit of a lower buy for the attackers here, but giving up that orb for the Phoenix, who's going to have it for free now. That's going to see no flash, but caught with Util in their hand. Sellout does go down, donates a rifle over to the attacking team. We're probably going to see the spike go down. Yep, there's the wingman. Now, if you are the defenders, Ferret, with that flash, one off of the Thrash here. Taking the fight. Oh, unfortunately, just a couple of missed shots. Archer's so close. That molly's going to delay so much more. Dash over. Squatch again. Saving grace in for 2. And we are into a post plant.
Ferret gonna throw wingman on that spike. As soon as this Viper molly goes down, and they're gonna have so many spams here. Squatch popping that ult. Not able to find too much value with it, however. They all finding one. Tuna, but somehow through all of the chaos, the spike has been diffused. I don't even know what happened there.
Give wingman match MVP at this point, because how many times is it just sitting on top of spike and there's bullets flying and they're hitting it? It's just not dying. That little wingman has a will stronger than most of my insta-lock Reynas, because good lord is he not giving up even when it looks grim. An incredible round.
At the end of the day, I guess it doesn't matter if you kill them all if the spike has been diffused.
Absolutely. What wins games is rounds on the board. And speaking of rounds on the boards, we are going to see the defenders really try to leverage some art control, really trusting Tuna on this B site, but caught out in a really rough position. That dash is not going to hit, but not punished. Sellout does take out Is. That's a great pillar of that attacking team down early. Archer's flirting with the idea of taking a fight here. Does jiggle a couple shots down lane. Doesn't see much, just TP's out, says Tuna, you take it with the operator. But we're just going to see them leave, say that we don't want to play that game. And in an operator versus 5 players, we are going to opt out. Now, Sellout has a ton of space here, but they have to worry about that mid and also have to worry about Sellout getting really overwhelmed here. Does have that overdrive, and if they hear a lot of presence, we're going to see a stun and an overdrive ripped.
Walking into this, they are going to clear the corner. Unfortunately, Sellout not quite ready for it. So that is the overdrive out of the equation. Omen ult's going to be popped now to regroup towards A site. Squash ready for it, but Taco Tuesday ready as well. Ferret waiting for this ult to be popped. We are going to see the Viper's pit on the side of the attackers as the spike does go down. Sparrow now looking for anything, but Ostrix, oh, it's gonna be close. Ostrix comes out on top. Wow. Viper's pit gonna be down.
Player standing.
Taco Tuesday is on a bit of a tear right now.
It was so close, but what a round for Taco Tuesday to get the attackers finally on the board this half.
Absolutely. I mean, look at an absolute 4K when they needed it the most. When the one person we talked about, Snail, when Squatch is going down, we call that 50% more winnable. But we did not account for it being Taco Tuesday on a Monday. And honestly, you know, big time players make big time plays. And when your match MVP
Quick
goes
feet,
down,
quick
Taco
trigger.
Tuesday steps it up. So then let's see how this B execute can go and if this attackers can stop a little bit of this bleeding.
We do have one player on the B side, two towards mid. Meow finding the first blood onto Ferret, who only had that sheriff. Now Squatch getting a little antsy, rotating over towards A, as in fact most of these attackers are going to be towards B. So playing in the smoke. Taco Tuesday is going to elect to pop that Phoenix ult. Take a little bit of space here. Ostrix stopping the bleeding. Sell out in a dangerous position, but manages to find two before falling.
And incredible too.
Like, it's gonna be planted. Squatch still alive, hoping maybe to bring this round
One
back.
enemy remaining.
Scratch that. Meow finds the kill.
Too slow.
Tuna with a great shot onto Meow, however. Now spots out Elijah, trying to work through these tap strafes.
Great reposition.
The Waylay ult is going to be invested here, but unfortunately, no good will come of it as Elijah finds the kill.
And we're seeing that nerf really come into action, right? How many times are you putting a Waylay ult directly on somebody pre-nerf and that it's missing? Pretty much never. So Elijah being able to dip and dive out of that and still come out with the kill. If you're Tuna, you gotta be feeling pretty bad because that's really unfortunate. On the other hand, if you're the attackers who have been really suffering up until this point, you've gotta feel pretty good being able to come away with a round, bring that deficit to 2. And go ahead, we're going to see a posture for really heavy mid control, but we also see Sellout looks like he wants to push out on B long. And he does. Going to get a lot of clearance here. Tell them that, hey, there is nothing B long. I am all alone. Ferret flirting with the idea is, and just a little bit, couple shots, couple of, hey there, how you doing? Now I'm going to go away. Is going to see if they can start scaling into... Maybe. Okay, we're leaving shops again, going back towards art. We're doing a little art and a little shops, and then a little art again. Feel free to posture up.
They can eat it too. Ferret does manage to cure that first blood onto top frag Taco Tuesday. Squatch sitting behind these smokes, praying no one peeks him. Trying to maybe get a timing on these players. Smoke goes down. Elijah does come out with a trade, however. Now Ferret crouching, terrified in this back sight. Sparrow just barely missing
planted.
him. Oh my god, shoot your gun! Ferret does secure the kill finally as Tuna takes out Elijah as well. Is now in a predicament on site. Does fall. Meow coming out with one now. And now it's gonna be Wingman on the defuse once again. And they do secure the round. What a terrifying position to be in for 3 of those players that round.
And how many times have we seen it? Giving on the defenders, taking a kill, backing up, giving up sight, saying, hey, yeah, you can plant because every time you plant, you let us defuse the spike. And that's what they're doing. They're planting and then essentially just saving their util for post plant. It's just good fundamental understanding of what your team comp does, what it doesn't do, and then adapting, using sellout, using Tuna to get you onto site, and then using your Gecko, Vito, and close smokes to just make that bomb really, really hard to shoot at.
Yep, 100%. We are gonna see a Gecko ult invested here. That Thrash going down, clearing site, clearing Cubby. They know no one is on site, so they take it for free. Got that Phoenix Molly coming into Art to stall a little bit. Squatch spraying through these smokes, trying to get any sort of chip damage they can. Mosh is gonna come down to deny the plant for a little bit longer. Wingman gonna get it down, however.
Spike
Elijah
down
fight
Wow.
somehow through the chaos.
Right there.
And now gonna be
Spike
pushing into
planted.
Tuna, is securing the kill. Ferret and Squatch, the most to do if they want to win this round.
Last player
Squatch
standing.
takes the first step, but Meow right there with the trade. Squatch finding the second. Now gonna throw this clove metal. Perfect hit, but unfortunately not able to secure the kills.
And talking again about milliseconds, look at Squatch. Squatch was 2 inches away from Collat, 2 inches away from heaven, and just unfortunately sent crashing back down. Finally, we're seeing the attackers really get some good post plant utility, and it's really encouraging to see, because it felt like for so long there was just no answer to this get a pick, back up, push back in, and retake. So we're finally going to see some A main aggression, and it is just going to be 3 against 4 here. A big stack. Tuna dashes in, the flash comes out, doesn't actually know there's 2 people there. The attackers just grab 2. Squatch with a great shot, gets the heal, starts to back off, repostures for one more gunfight. Molly comes through, Squatch misses, Squatch re-aims, Sparrow takes the kill, and we are seeing an incredible res. Wow, that was like really gutsy.
Ostrich now left alone to try and defend this site, as Sellout is running for his life, trying to find any space through mid. Spike is going to be planted. Sellout now, hearing someone step, decides to pop the overdrive, gets the first kill, knows where is, trying to spam through the smoke, finds the second kill. That Omen Blind not going to connect well to anyone.
One enemy
Finding the
remaining.
third kill. Sellout, can you do it all? Meow now left alone.
enemy
Sellout stick
remaining.
does go down. Meow with a great spray finds 2, and the attackers have brought it to just a 1-round deficit.
their heads.
Oh,
They
and you
might be
have to feel
overrated.
so bad if you're a Sellout there, finding 3 and deciding to stick the bomb yourself, and then seeing the lineup of Doom walk in front of you. It's gotta hurt your heart.
Absolutely. Such an unfortunate circumstance.
Now, we are seeing the death step brought into 1. Sellout
Gotta go.
is gonna try and take this game into their hands. We're gonna see a 5-man push be long. Sellout's gonna set up in cubby. Sellout, what do you have for us? Can you do it all? Flash goes out, not gonna find anything.
There.
Taco Tuesday ready for it though. Sellout is more prepared, finds the first blood, and now they all know. Playing around this
Wow.
wall
down,
expertly,
B.
finding another before falling to Sparrow. And now it's going to be a 3v4 in favor of the defenders. Now it looks like we're going to be stalled outside of B. Just waiting. These clove smokes a little bit too oppressive, a little bit too scary for the liking of these attackers.
One positive you have to think about here, Meal does have the ult up. Gonna get the trade off the Squatch here.
Last player
Falls to
standing.
Tuna, who now has the dash. Ostrich takes the fight. Sparrow swings it, gets dashed at, sets up, and Tuna with that dash in gets the kill, secures the round, and makes that evolution absolutely null and void.
Match point.
And that is going to be quite a scary instance if you're Sparrow, having, you know, one person shoot at you from backside, having a waylay dash directly into your face. Quite a scary combination of utility space there.
It's never fun to be getting shot from back halls and then hear your waylay dash and see them drop into your face and have your life flash before your eyes, and then the whiff, and then to not be able to quite secure that kill, it's always a little bit intimidating, and you're kind of sat there just afterwards wondering what happened. We are going to see Ferret ult out of A main here. Going to see a lot of info, but not quite see how many. Knows there's a lot of space here. Tuna hides. This did get cleared earlier in the game, so are they going to think about it? Set up for a good crossfire. Ferret's baiting in. Gets 1. Tuna onto Meow. This is going to be a big ult. Gets Tuna. Gonna get Elijah as well. Gonna have 2 players art, and unfortunately gonna walk back into mid without clearing it. Ostrich Taco Tuesday is gonna be the lone man, and that is the game, set, and the match. What a great one.
I couldn't ask for more from, you know, anyone in that match. They were all trying their hardest, and what a brawl it was.
Absolutely. And I mean, taking a look at the scoreboard here, we got Squatch sitting at 24 and 19, and Sellout really pulling through towards the end to bring it to 20 and 15. And Mule trying his best, Taco Tuesday and Elijah all getting some positive results. Just unfortunately, a couple of really unfortunate rounds towards the end. And I just, what a very, very, very entertaining and high octane game.
Yes, 100%. I don't think there was a round where I wasn't like shocked by some turn of events that had happened. I mean, it was just back and forth, and all of these players showed up and showed out today. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better game from anyone.
Absolutely, you really could, and a lot of franchises are going to be very fortunate to get DEs with such ability, and you just got to hand it to each and every person who came into this lobby, showed up, and really showed out. And how fun was it to just be able to participate in what makes VDC so special? Just a group of strangers coming together, playing some really good Valorant, and showing off for this upcoming draft.
Yeah, I know. I certainly had a great time. I hope you did too. I do believe we are going to be finishing up quite quickly. Everyone leaving the party, so I will leave it here and say good night, VDC. Anything else that you would like to say to the dear viewers, Parsival?
Good night. Be incredibly kind to each other, and don't whiff your shots like me.
All right, peace.